welcome back to my channel, Plus Unit Picks. If you're new here on the channel, we focus strictly on NBA player props, backed by data, projections, and real edges in the numbers. So we're not guessing. Again, we're not chasing narratives or forcing the plays that aren't there, guys. We're being very deliberate. So if that's your style, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and tap the notification bell. Now, a quick recap from last night. We went 2-1 on the board, so not too bad. That's a 67% clip. Solid night, profitable night. If we stay consistent, we'll definitely see some profits over time, stacking the units. Bilal Coulibaly, man, he just couldn't get the job done. We had a one. He just needed one block. I mean, he couldn't get one block at all. So I know they limited his minutes to 22 minutes because of, it was pretty much blowout time. So I don't even think he played all of the fourth quarter, if any minutes in the fourth quarter. So that was a bit of a letdown, but hey, that's how it is sometimes. We would have been 3-0, but I'm not upset about it. The reads were strong. The numbers were there. So we have to do our part by delivering on the front end, right? So we stick to the process. But tonight, the slate is even better. We've got about 3 picks, right? So there's going to be 3. There are a few numbers that stood out immediately. One prop where the projection gap was strong again. And then the other line looks, pretty much mispriced. I'm seeing a similar trend or a pattern here. So these, again, are calculated spots. We're being intentional and deliberate. And we're going to attack with confidence, just like before. Our process does not change, right? But before we dive into the first pick, of course, guys, there's some housekeeping that I want to cover with you. So if you're not taking advantage of Better yet, again, you're leaving money on the table, guys. I'm going to keep saying this right now. New users on Better get a free $10 bonus just for signing up. That's it. You don't have to do anything but sign up and you get a free $10, okay? Not a deposit match, not bet $100 to get $10 like some of these other gimmicks, just a free $10 loaded into your account. Add it to your bankroll. Then they're offering on your first deposit, you can get up to $200 in bonus money, okay? Up to $200. So if you deposit $400, you get a 50% bonus, which is $200, right? So what you would do to take advantage of that is sign up through the app or scan my QR code and use my code +1, right? So that's PLUS and the number 1. That is my code, and you will get to take advantage of that. And the next part of it is, if you do that and send me proof that you signed up with my code, I'll give you a free 30 days inside my VIP group, right? So that's my full card, every prop that I'm betting, full write-ups, clear reasoning. It goes directly to your phone in a text. You'll get it well before game time. So no guessing, no scrambling, no chasing of late lines or any of that. So again, just to recap, you're getting a free $10 from Better, up to $200 in deposit bonuses, and a full month of free VIP access to my group here in Winnable. It's right here at winnable.com/+unit-picks. All right. So with that being said, guys, what we're going to do is move into the first pick. Just need to get my screen up here. All right, the first pick that I like that jumped off the board to me is for Bruce Brown, under 1.5 first quarter points. Okay, so we're going to lock in on this first prop for Bruce Brown. A little bit about Bruce Brown. His role is more of a 6-man type of role, right? It's a matchup read. Bruce Brown is back with Denver this year as that matchup glue guy, championship glue guy, I guess you could say. He's a high energy connector, defensive stopper, secondary ball handler off the bench. He's not coming to hunt shots, right? He's coming in to disrupt games, right? He's averaging 25 minutes per game. Kind of reminds me of the old school player Bruce Bowen for the San Antonio Spurs, right? But he's spread out as the 6th man in the first quarter. Specifically, his job isn't to score. It's to stabilize, defend, and keep that high energy, right? And they've got a tough matchup against the OKC Thunder, who's a tough defensive team also. So it's even more clear, right? They've got some high-powered superstars over there. Um, OKC is, of course, the number one seed in the West. Brown is almost certainly going to be tasked with harassing your guy SGA or Jalen Williams. That means full court pressure, chasing screens, and that means burning energy defensively. So, he's only shooting 36% from three this year. Yes, he can cut and score in transition, but early in games, especially against a fast, high-octane team like OKC, his role is it's going to be defensive, okay, to slow those guys down. And they're a really good first quarter team, OKC is. Over his last 7 games, he's only averaging 8.9 points, but that's across the full slate, the entire game, not opening stretches like the first quarter. So when Jokic is on the floor, the Joker early, the offense runs through the starters, and also Jamal Murray probably. So for him to beat us, he needs 2+ points in the first quarter with this defensive assignment, staggered bench role, and Denver's prioritizing stability very, very early against OKC speed. I do like the under here. So this is about role, not talent. We're just going to jump into the numbers really quick. Over the past 5 games, Bruce Brown is hitting this at a 60% clip, right? So literally the past 3 games, he had no points. And then I guess games 4 and 5 against the Clippers and Memphis, he was able to put up 4 and 5. Over the last 10, he's hitting at a higher clip at 70%, right? Even more compelling. Over the last 20 game, even higher at 75%, even more compelling. Here's some of his minutes in the first quarter as well. If you guys can kind of look at this. This is Outlier, by the way, outlier.bet. This is a great stat tool that provides us with a lot of key indicators that we need. Head-to-head against OKC, it looks like the only game he had 0 points in the first quarter. So there you go. And OKC, based upon his position, they're the main team that you don't want to basically bet against in this situation. They are the number one team you don't want to bet against. So that's why it flew off the board to me. So we're going to lock in Bruce Brown on that first one. Then we're going to move over to the second pick. Let's see who my second pick is. All right, my second pick is going to be Mikal Bridges over a half first quarter assist. Okay, so Mikal, we just need 1 dime in the opening quarter. That's it. And this is a role-based play again. Bridges is the connective piece in the Knicks offense. He's not just the 3-and-D wing anymore. He's the bridge between Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. They're superstars. So when the ball swings, it flows through him. He's 38% from 3. He's an elite off-ball guy, but that's what's important. Here, his expanded playmaking responsibility when Brunson gets pressured or trapped early, he initiates. So, and against Milwaukee, that's the matchup tonight. That's likely that. Well, anyway, aside from all that, he's got high minutes. In their last meeting with Milwaukee, he filled the stat sheet across the board. He's always on the floor as the Iron Man. For an 82-game season, he pretty much plays just about every game. But I like the spot with over, 1 assist for sure, over a half of assist in the first quarter. I don't think you can beat that. If we look at the numbers here, just going to dive in really quick to show you an outlier.bet. First quarter. All right. Over the past 5 games, he's hitting at an 80% clip for first quarter assist. Over the past 10 games, he's hitting at a 90% clip. And then over the past 20 games, let's see, looks like the past 20, it's 80%. So he's pretty consistent, guys. The head matchup, it looks like it's 80% as well. So based upon his position, what is he, a small forward, 3-and-D guy? Milwaukee's kind of middle of the pack, according to outlier.bet here. based upon, other forwards in the first quarter. Okay. But we can't go wrong over a half. Basically, he just needs one assist, guys. Come on. So I'm locking that in for sure. Whether you're using prize picks, better or underdog, you can't go wrong with that, guys. So before we get into the third pick, there's a few items I just want to discuss really quick. Again, if you're placing these plays, make sure you do it on better if you can. Like I said, I know you guys are using underdog and prize picks and all the popular platforms out there, but do not forget about better. Again, new users get a $10 sign up bonus and up to a $200 deposit bonus if you use my code +1 and if you use the code, you get 30 days inside my VIP completely free. Don't miss that. And we're just going to go into the third and final pick today, which is going to be Jarrett Allen. All right. Jarrett Allen, the big man in the front court for the Cleveland Cavs. As far as Jarrett Allen, we just need him to get over one block, over a half a block. So he just needs one block for the entire game. And this is, I think it's a great setup. Jarrett Allen is Cleveland's defensive anchor. He's not just a big body. He's there as a rim protector, paint deterrent, the guy that allows, their perimeter defenders to be aggressive because they know he's behind them. Okay. Kind of that traditional plus center, old school interior presence. Talking about the matchup, they're facing a tough Detroit Pistons team in the Eastern Conference, an elite offensive rebounding team that attacks the paint. That's the key. Detroit plays through physicality. They crash hard. They put pressure on the rim. And earlier this season, Cleveland lost to them partly because they couldn't control the defensive boards. So that makes Allen's role even more amplified. He's engaged. He's active. He's playing heavy minutes, probably playing some of the best ball this year that I've seen. I know he battled some injuries before. So he's the defensive hub. We don't need 2, we don't need 3 blocks. We just need one rejection. So with a physical paint battle like tonight against Detroit, I definitely see it. Looking at the numbers here over the past 5 games for Jarrett Allen, he's averaging that at an 80% clip. He's getting, at least one block a game over the past 5 games. If we look at it over the past 10, it deviates a little bit to 70%, 7 of 10. That's still a great percentage. Great prop and information to play on. Last 20, he's right at 80 for the last 20, he's at 60%. So it deviated a little bit, but hey, give me 60% all day long. I'm taking it. Head to head, 80% as well. For Underdog or any other app or provider you guys like to use. And with all of that being said, okay, my system seems to be going out. So yeah, guys, that should wrap up all 3 plays for tonight. We're just going to do a quick recap. We have Bruce Brown on under first quarter, 1.5 first quarter points. We've got Mikal Bridges at over 0.5 assists, and we've got Jarrett Allen at over 0.5 blocks. Okay, so there's 3 role-based angles, 3 low bars, 3 clean projections. So let's stay sharp. Let's stick with the process and stay disciplined, guys. And most importantly, let's stack those units. Again, I'm Austin, and this is Plus Unit Picks. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and good luck.